You are now listening to The Couch on 24/7 Miami with your hosts, Chubby Dubby,
baby.
Clem December,
It's Clem. December, it's Clem time.
and your boy Coleman.
Coleman, I've had the most absurd nightmare. I was poor and no one liked me.
Let's go. And welcome to the couch. I am with my boy Coleman. Manny will be here shortly.
He's on his way.
So it is election night, and the
Hello. Aha. There we go.
I had the wrong mic on.
That's okay.
Okay, so you're listening to the couch. I'm here. Matt Coleman's in. Manny will be running late, but it is election night, and the new leader of the free world will be elected tonight.
Tonight, depending on what time zone you're in, maybe tomorrow morning. Are you going to stay up all night and wait to see all the results pouring in?
I mean, I guess I'll probably be up at that time anyways.
Have a little party?
But, yeah. Unless there's a write-in, our president will be Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton.
Correct. Well,
However,
I mean, there were other candidates available.
Yeah, there were. But do they ever win? No.
No.
Besides the Republican or Democrat nominee. So whichever side of the fence you're on, you'll either be tonight's the night where you decide if the next 4 years are going to be good for you or possibly bad for you.
Or if you're going to stay in America
or if you're
move to
even
Canada.
going to stay in America. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people might be arranging for their departure from this country. Who knows? I know pretty much anyone could be at the helm, and America's still the best country in the world.
Have you
And I'd ride out the storm.
do you remember any so a lot of times around election time, like we get like celebrities that always threaten that they're going to move out if a certain person is elected or something like that? Has anybody ever actually followed through with it?
Not that I know of.
Not that I can't remember any.
No, because why? I mean, come on. It's America. It's still America.
Yeah.
But I guess this is the first election maybe where someone would really, really, consider moving. Like,
Well, there's been a lot of talk.
just because you didn't like Barack Obama last year, I mean, he's still a politician. You weren't going to move. I don't know, man. There's a lot of people thinking, give control of this country to Donald Trump. That may not be a good thing. I'm not getting political and
Right.
trying to.
I mean, I've got a little bit more experience than you do as far as the voting is concerned and political elections and things of that nature. And the Obama.
Right. You voted for Jimmy Carter.
Correct.
Yeah.
But even the ones after Jimmy Carter, Reagan's couple of presidencies, there's a lot of tension on both sides.
Right.
So I mean, there wasn't people, when I voted for Jimmy Carter on Twitter just yet.
Right.
So there was no celebrities who were threatening to move out of the country just yet. But
I mean, I don't know. It's just this particular election seems
it's more divisive.
And it kind of seems like a circus. I mean, if you're the rest of the world looking at this election and this campaign this year in the last couple of years, I mean, what is it? It's just I didn't see these people like really talking about what they're going to do. All I saw was Trump being slammed about his views on women.
Smear campaigns.
And exactly. And Hillary being smeared about the emails. Like, that's all it was. It seemed like a big circus and a huge joke. And I almost wasn't even going to vote. I ended up voting just because it was actually so easy. My polling center was 2 minutes from where I was at.
Right.
And you guys were like, go vote wherever. So I voted. But it seemed this whole election years, it kind of seemed like a circus. And I just kind of wonder what people on the outside are looking at look at it like America. The president of America is one of the most powerful people, if not the most powerful person in the world. And, people across the world who know Donald Trump must be thinking like, wow, these people really going to elect this guy as their president?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy on both sides. And like you said, it was a huge smear campaign. I, for one, am going to be very happy that I don't have to see any more of the campaigning, any more of the political ads on TV during every football game that I watch back and forth. You know what I mean? Like just the depressing ads about what this person did and how vile the other person was.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll finally be over.
Is there anybody that you can think of that if you had your choice of anybody that you could think of and anywhere in the figment of your imagination, who would you have maybe voted for president this time?
Well, off the top of my head, when I thought about this,
not even thinking about it at all.
Not even really, just really quick. I was like, Scott Van Pelt would make a great president.
Okay.
I mean, the guy's charismatic. Everyone likes him. He's very smart. Feel like he can, hold a room when he goes to, big meetings across the world. I feel like he grabs the attention of listeners. Also, Dave Portnoy, the Barstool Prez.
Yeah.
I think he'd make a good president.
Shout out to Barstool Sports. That's probably not going to catch a whole lot of listeners, but that's okay. The few people that do pay attention to that sort of stuff will get it. I myself, the name that came to mind was Meta World Peace.
Okay. I mean, it's right there in the name.
It's right there in the name.
Yeah.
He's I just like him. I feel like he's a cheery guy.
And you know what? If Iran comes over here and throws a soda on someone, Ron Artest is going to take care of the situation.
Exactly.
He's going to run up in the bleachers.
He wore shoes with pandas on them, stuffed little, not real pandas, but, panda dolls on them while he was playing in the Chinese league. And, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's the kind of guy that I want running my country, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Laid back, not going to really get anyone to want to bomb us. But, so this weekend, it was another
enough election talk.
Huge Dolphins win, baby.
It was huge.
It was huge. We beat the Jets for the third straight win. Back to 4-4. You know what 4-4 is, Coleman?
500.
It's in the hunt, baby. 4-4 is in the hunt, and that's all I can say is the Dolphins technically, according to ESPN's playoff projections, the Dolphins are the last team in the AFC out of the playoffs. They're the seventh. They're in seventh place.
Okay.
I think one game out of the wild card, if not tied record-wise with one of those wild card teams. Actually, no, because the AFC West is in the wild card, and they're like 6-2.
Right. I feel like I don't know.
No, the AFC West has both wild cards right now. Yeah, because
okay.
Kansas City's 6-3 and Denver's 6-3.
Right. Okay. With Oakland at the top of that one.
But we're right there. Yeah, actually, that would make it tough to win a wild card if three teams from the AFC West win 11 games.
Yeah, but they're also going to play each other a lot, so it's not. They can't all finish with 10 wins. I don't think.
Right.
I mean, it is possible. It's just certainly not likely. I don't think.
I think if I had to bet on which team from the AFC West is out, it'd be the Broncos.
It would either be the Broncos or the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs
I think the Chiefs are better than the Broncos, man. They've won. What is it? 19 out of their last 21 games now, dating back to last year.
In the regular season, right? But
yeah.
The problem is they're not playing a whole lot of really difficult opponents. I mean, they just had the Jaguars and they barely handled them. But the thing is that so Alex Smith has had sort of concussion problems. But
we'll get back to Oakland, who we'll discuss if
that game that we saw the other night,
if that's a
the playoff breakdown, but. We digressed. Back to the Dolphins.
Yes, the Dolphins. Jay Ajayi had another monster game. He averaged over 5 yards a carry again, or maybe a little less than 5 because he was 24 for 111.
Right. But the 111 that he dropped was on the number one rushing defense in the league. The Jets were averaging 70 rushing yards on the ground before that game. So
that's 589 yards in the last 3 games.
And look who we have here. A special guest just walked in.
Yes, I was exercising my civic duty to vote.
Oh.
So I was a little late, but hey guys, what's up? It's W. Dubai.
Well, props to you for doing that.
Yeah, that's right.
So
We got
it
three
was.
voters in here.
Yes, we do. Wait, I was listening earlier. Did you
Mhm.
really vote for Jimmy Carter? Did you get to make that vote?
No.
Oh. Okay.
It was a sloppy game. The Dolphins.
I was born when Ronald Reagan was elected.
Okay.
I'm not 50.
Oh, and it's particular. Bob Carter would have been appalled.
Particle.
Right.
Anyways.
So I did a science fair in like the 4th grade on Jimmy Carter. I got 3rd place in all of Broward County on
That's pretty dope.
on
man.
Jimmy Carter's little organization where he builds houses for people.
Mm-hmm.
I did a whole little science fair project on that.
Did he send you a fake letter?
So I'm a decorated science fairist. All right. So
I didn't get anything for winning the spelling bee in 8th grade.
I
didn't even get a letter from the president. Did you get one?
you want to talk about the Dolphins, or do you want
Yeah.
to talk about
No,
your
no, no.
spelling bee? And
No. Well, I mean, I'll spell it. I'll spell anybody out of the water. That's for sure.
okay.
Let's talk a little Dolphins.
Yeah. So it was kind of a sloppy game. It was mostly which team was going to make like that last play to win the game.
Who was going to make the catastrophic error, which we
Which-
tried.
Which we tried with the Matt Darr can't catch a punt.
Matt Doller.
And then we set them up to take a game-winning touchdown. And then the kind of, in my opinion, a crazy scenario of events where the kickoff, Jets kick it off. Jakeem Grant runs about 100 yards from sideline to sideline. But then the Jets kickoff team was offsides.
Right.
So not only is Jakeem Grant really tired, so they bring in Kenyon Drake, but also very tired is the New York Jets kick coverage team, who just covered a kick 5 seconds ago. Now you put in a fresh Kenyon Drake, move him back 5 yards. He catches it at the 5, hits a seam, and he's gone. Dolphins win.
Right.
I was happy that he kind of took the game off of Tannehill's shoulders.
Oh, me
Oh,
too.
my
Because I
God.
didn't. Listen. Like
That's
I had
the first thing I thought about.
I had zero confidence that we were going to be able to drive down the field and get anything done.
Even though
Zero.
JHI was getting 8 yards every time he touched it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to also for the script of the game, a lot of his bigger chunk yardage that he got was on plays when the game was essentially, when he was icing the game. So they still counted, but it wasn't as if up until that point, because basically all they did was hand off the ball to JJ until they ran up and started kneeling the ball.
If you guys don't mind, let me retract a little bit. When Phillips got that pick, right?
Yes,
Made that monster athletic move.
hurdled.
Right. I loved it.
Mhm. Absolutely.
But I mean, you see your defense do something like that. I mean, you shouldn't put that much pressure on your defense to have to score. The offense should have scored. And what happened on a 3rd and 2 on a flat route? Ryan Tannehill almost throws a pick.
Right.
That would have been taken to the house.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was gone. I mean, you Tannehill would have had to catch him. Is what would have had to
Which
happen.
wasn't. I mean,
It's not happening.
right.
I know he
So-
played receiver in college, but he's
Yeah.
not that fast.
I don't know. But I mean that's the whole point of it. I mean, taking just having them take that game out of Tanny's hands. But hey, a win's a win.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we had an interception. We had an interception in the red zone.
Two of
where
them.
Ryan Fitzpatrick just threw one up, and Bobby McCain came down with it. But yeah, it was a sloppy game. Basically,
I mean, look, it wasn't too far. I mean, I don't want to compare it exactly. It wasn't too far from the Browns game with
Right.
us. I mean, it was
No,
kind of
exactly.
like which team was gonna make more mistakes, and we didn't make any.
Right.
yeah, we didn't turn the ball over. Tenny again didn't throw a pick. Fitzpatrick threw 2 picks.
He
We
got
didn't-
into it on the sideline with Brandon Marshall. I don't know
Yeah,
if you guys got to see that
a little bit, but so that's going to happen. So, and then you have,
I mean, you're talking about a guy that, he's coming back to one of his old teams, right?
Who?
In Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall's coming back to
Oh, yeah,
Miami, and
he had to be frustrated. But the thing is that he's, Fitzpatrick has been largely ineffective. And then Brandon Marshall went on to say after the game, like, look, I'm going to stick by the guy, like whatever, yada, yada, yada.
he's been saying that since the offseason.
Right. But what you're getting now is so like Jets fans, like the worst kind of people on earth are like, oh, Brandon Marshall's a diva. Get him out of here. He's the reason. And I'm like, have you been watching the football games? Because Brandon Marshall doesn't play defense, and he also doesn't throw the ball very much.
Right. Yeah, mainly throwing the ball. I think that's where their big problem is.
They don't have an answer. And we discussed, do you think that Fitzpatrick is the long-term solution for them to win?
Why hasn't he been for any of the other 8 teams he's played for? You get
he's-
what I'm saying?
He's not good.
yeah,
exactly.
He had an
there's-
okay year last year, but he's not good. That's why they didn't want to pay him.
yeah. I mean,
That's just like a Matt Castle year, a Matt Flynn year. I mean, you have all these guys that have these years. They get paid this big dollars, but they're not the guy.
Right. Well, I mean, when you have a guy who's been in the league for 8 years and in his 8th year,
don't forget he went to Harvard.
Has his best, has his best year as a quarterback in NFL in his 8th year. You got to think like, has this guy figured it out, or was that the best year of his career ever? Right. More often than not, when you have, when the apex of your career is in year 8, then that's what it was. It was the apex of your career. Probably. And it's probably not going to get much better than that, which, Ryan Fitzpatrick is who they thought they were, and they didn't pay him, even though he still got like what, $12 million.
He got 12 for 1 year or something like that, but it's just not it's not a monster contract.
He still took candy from a baby from them.
All right, so I have a question, right? And it's something I've been wondering, because as we've seen Ryan Tannehill, they're winning football games, right? Let's not knock anything, but if Ryan Tannehill goes the rest of this season, okay, we're maybe a win, a half a game, a win away from the playoffs. We don't make the playoffs, but we're above 500, and we were right at the door. And he didn't do anything to make you say, "Wow, I hate this guy." From this point on to the end of the season, what do you do? What do you want to do? As a fan, talk to me. I don't know.
If we're 9-7 again,
right,
with the 15th overall pick, and Ryan Tannehill ends up with
this is the option here.
3,600 yards, 28 touchdowns, 20 picks. It's like, what do you do? You're not going to get better than that. You're not.
It kind of depends on where you want your offense going, because it seems like we're rotating to or not rotating. We're shifting more towards a run-heavy offense, right?
Which that is, dude, if the NFL has shown us that quarterbacks can be plug and play on great teams. You look at the Denver Broncos winning last year despite a bad Peyton Manning. You look at the Vikings starting 5-0 with Sam Bradford. Mm-hmm. You look at even the Broncos this year started 3-0 just plugging in Trevor Siemian. So if you've got Jay Ajayi,
the Jimmy Garoppolo game, the Jacoby Brissett game.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just the Patriots. They're on just a whole nother level.
Sure.
But if you've got Jay Ajayi, if you've got a running game that can get 150 yards a game, now granted, our defense is not where that Vikings defense is or that Denver defense is.
Right.
Those defenses are really, really good.
Monsters.
But if our defense gets better and then Jay Ajayi is an RB1, then yeah, you're looking at that's a team Tannehill is good enough to take to the playoffs.
Sure, because he's not. I mean, he's a little bit above average, and as long as he can not make mistakes, that's the quarterback that run heavy teams are looking for, right?
Do you think the Vikings would be better or worse with Tannehill over Bradford? Because I think they'd be better.
I think they'd be about the same.
And it would be pretty much a push. I'm talking 55-45. Like, yeah, it would be, but it's just
right.
If you've got the running game, the defense, and also a good coach that game plans right, Tannehill should be enough. Maybe not win a Super Bowl, but again, the Broncos just won the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning's Peyton Manning, but that was a bad Peyton Manning.
Right.
It was.
We will go around the NFL right after this.
Since 2000. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over again.
Yeah. Y'all done fucked up, let the jump man jump. I gave you that word like a dope man front. Took that lane, boy, I ain't no chump. Going over your head, they I'm going in with the dump. Like, whoa, going 85 through a red light. If the head right, then I'm there air night. Give a stick of bubble gum and a lead pipe. Can't make a lot of noise, but the bed might. Damn right. Got a she sweat like a seashore. Looking at me like you wanna be more. Sorry, but I gotta go record. Back to the money, this year was a detour. It went down in the DM. Hitting every city, whip around in the BM. Talking that shit, but they quiet when I see them. But wanna be alive, but I do not wanna be them. Whoa, guess I'm going back to the basics. Throw it on the scale, bust it down in the 8 shit. Fuck around, say the wrong shit, catch a facelift. Ain't a zookeeper, but my dogs doing ape shit. I am the wrong one to fuck with. The one you should not push your luck with. Just one more round till I'm dumb lit. My reaper so loud it's gonna interrupt shit. Say what you want, but do not touch. I'm 24K, I do not bluff. I rip and I dip, I do not cuff. You did a good job, but one time is enough. Please do not get in your feelings. I'm too busy running shit, making the killing. I ain't got no limits, like we ain't got no ceilings. I ain't got no worries, I'm chilling, and that's on me. That's on me. That's on me, baby. That's on me. You do what you want when you getting these checks, and now that I'm on, you can watch me flex, and that's on me. That's on me. That's on me, baby. That's on me. I'm trying to feed the fam 100 grand every month. You know we go ahead, take a chair with the stunt, baby. That's on me. Yeah, that's on me, that's on me. I know what I want, I'ma get that shit. I gotta take care of everybody I'm with, and that's on me. Yeah, that's on me. Yeah, that's on me. Yeah, that's on me. Truth is, only God knows when I'm gonna die. Until that day, boy, I'm gonna be fly. That's on me. The way I maneuver so low key, only if you really know me. I'ma tell you like they told me. If the product too dope, they go OG. So I feed them line after line. 16 is too much, I'm blowing they mind. Too much at stake till I stay on the grind. I'm back in the whip like a Optimus Prime. Go get a mo, Skrilla 24K. There's no Rilla, go Rilla, no killer. Plug with the priest and the dope dealer. No Twitter, no trigger. Talk way less, get mo figures. No quitters, go diggers. I swear them hoes so bitter. Make room when I come through. Cause my whole squad gotta come through. I know that your girl don't want you. You know that I do what I want to. Cause money's a hell of a drug. Money's a hell of a drug. I'm so addicted, trying to take off on the plug, but these bitches falling in love. Don't get it twisted. Say what you want, but do not touch. I'm 24K, I do not bluff. I rip and I dip, I do not cuff. You did a good job, but one time is enough. Please do not get in your feelings. I'm too busy running shit, making the killing. I ain't got no limits, like we ain't got no ceilings. I ain't got no worries, I'm chilling, and that's on me. That's on me. That's on me, baby. That's on me. You do what you want when you getting these checks, and now that I'm on, you can watch me flex, and that's on me. That's on me. Yeah, that's on me, baby. That's on me. I'm trying to feed the fam 100 grand every month. You know we go ahead, take a chair with the stunt, baby. That's on me. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. I know what I want, I'ma get that shit. I gotta take care of everybody I'm with, and that's on me. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Truth is, only God knows when I'm gonna die. Until that day, boy, I'm gonna be fly. That's on me.
All right. That's on me by my boy Anthony Changes. We will be playing some local music starting from now on because we get flagged from YouTube when we play licensed music.
Things other than
So
elevator music.
yeah. So it's like, all right, fine. Might as well play some of my boys' music because they won't flag us for that. So that was Anthony Changes. He is Anthony Changes on Instagram, and I'm gonna tweet out something about that. And Manny's got something for you.
Definitely. You guys are listening to us on 247miami.tv, broadcasting the events of this amazing city to the world. Follow on Twitter at 247miami, like 247miami on Facebook, and follow them 247miami on Instagram. That means one thing. It is time for your mother's favorite segment.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Goodbye, Mama. Now you can have ice cream in heaven. I'll see you tonight when I go to bed in my head movies. But this head movie makes my eyes rain.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. All of your matriarchal figures' favorite segment, Simple Jack. This week's Simple Jack is brought to you courtesy of the Associated Press, and I'm not going to make you guys guess this week. We're just going to roll right in because the Associated Press is too vague.
Roll it.
Hastings, Nebraska.
Yeah.
I was gonna guess that.
Oh,
They have
sorry.
horrible habits in the Midwest.
Sorry, everyone.
Horrible habits.
A 19-year-old man was hospitalized over the weekend in Hastings after a house fire. Upon questioning, the man told firefighters he was in a closet attempting to light a cigarette with a butane torch when the room caught fire. He immediately fled the house, but then when he was outside the house, remembered that he left his keys inside. So he decided to break back in through a window into his burning house and suffered a severe laceration on his arm. that prohibited him from continuing into the house. He was taken to the hospital and treated and released. The Hastings Fire and Rescue Chief says the home will be a total loss due to the fire.
No, but like, okay. So the guy,
total loss.
I thought he was lighting a cigarette with a butane torch. It had to be some other, type of device.
I don't know. I mean, look, I don't know what kind of business you're into. I'm just going on what he said, and he's given me no reason to think that he's a liar.
Something tells me though that a fire like that doesn't just start quickly. I mean, dude, you have to have time to be able to, I don't know, stop it.
No, well, he didn't want to. He just left.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you lose all your stuff. So
you're saying you don't believe the 19-year-old from Hastings, Nebraska?
No, absolutely not.
I'm going to have to agree with that.
I'm going to have to say that
I'll take the under.
If you can't react in time, you weren't smoking a cigarette, you're probably smoking crack.
Or, it'll probably come out in a week when they dig through all the ashes. Oh, he lit his meth lab on fire and, started spraying gas everywhere so that it would just burn down.
Why else are you using a butane lighter unless you are lighting something that needs to be lit with a butane lighter, which in my experience is like
serious drugs.
Yes, serious and meth lab.
A Bunsen burner?
Yeah.
He was doing chemistry experiments in his closet.
That was one of my favorite words to say in chemistry class.
Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a fun word to watch.
So, it was a great week in
awesome week.
NFL football, mostly because the Dolphins won. And I won across all my money leagues in fantasy.
You get any DFS money?
So no, I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
But so around the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys,
yes,
behind the play of two so far phenomenal rookies,
amazing,
rolled again, 35-10 versus the lowly Browns.
Right, but they've done it against other teams.
And Johnny Manziel is still the last QB to win a game for the Browns.
Is he really?
Yes.
Wow.
So eat that, Browns. You need to sign that kid. He's your future. But man, Dallas looks good.
Look, let me ask you, when is Dallas finally going to be in the conversation for probably one of the top? I put them in top 3 football teams right now in the NFL.
Well, I think they're definitely getting consideration as the best NFC team.
I would say so. And I mean, it depends on who you listen to, too. I mean, I don't pay a lot of attention to, ESPN and like big major sports outlets, just, but a lot of the people that I listen to, I mean, look, and within our circle here, we certainly think that
3-1. Okay, let me see. 5-1. Let me see. 7-1 is no fluke.
And a lot of it has to do with the fact that Dak is a rookie.
And exactly. But he's not playing like a rookie.
No.
Everyone, the Hasselbecks, even though you don't like Trent Dilfer, Trent Dilfer's raving about him. They're all raving about this kid, saying he's looking at all his options. He's not getting rid of the ball like too fast or panicking. You know what I mean?
He's going through his progressions.
Also, it helps to hand the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott, who's running behind the best offensive line in football.
Oh, and that best offensive line in football is also protecting Dak Prescott.
Sure. Yeah, he's clean. He's clean.
He's in a really good situation for himself.
Which is, again, goes back to the whole running game defense, plug in any quarterback.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it doesn't hurt that they have one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the league in Cole Beasley.
Yes. I was about to have a heart attack if you went 88 because I thought he was horrible on Sunday.
Oh, he was. He disappeared.
But I mean, look, and by this point, right in time, you'd imagine that these teams have more than enough film on Dakota Prescott to kind of maybe game plan against him to, either look, you're going to get beat out one way or the other. I mean, you either got to stop the run game or stop, his connection with whether it be Witten or Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
That's, those are his hot guys right now.
For the most part. I mean, it takes a long time to really, you can't just go by like a couple of games. And a lot of people say that you can't even just go by like a half a season. You know what I mean? Because you've got to get the different defenses that different people run. They game plan differently for different defenses. So, but I mean,
getting closer to calling him the next Russell Wilson.
Well, I mean, you can crown him that. I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. I think his record through 8 or 9 games is probably better than Russell Wilson's. I want to say
probably.
But Russell Wilson, He's been to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but he's been in the league a lot longer. I mean, Dak hasn't even had a chance yet. Give him a chance.
Yeah, give him a chance.
Come on.
I know. I
You
mean,
never know.
I
This
understand.
he could be in a Super Bowl winning season, but we haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen it yet.
And-
That's so awesome. Oh, that's so
But do you guys what do you guys think about the whole Tony Romo situation?
Dak's your starter.
That's not even a question at this point right now. You
No?
can't mess up the dynamic in that locker room right now.
I
to
agree with
throw-
you, but then so what do you do with Tony Romo? Is that a
Okay,
Drew
what do you
Bledsoe
do?
situation? Hang out on the
No, he's
Yeah.
gonna look. He's gonna have to hang out, and if the kids start struggling, look what happened with Brock Osweiler and Peyton Manning last year. Look, the kids started struggling. They threw Peyton Manning in at the half, and he won them a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl. Okay, but he did win them that wild card game though. Or no, it wasn't the wild card game. It was the final game of the season to kind of like dictate if they were going to go be
for
in or
home
not.
field, right?
Right, and he won them that game after a struggling Osweiler at the half. But
It's possible, but I
you
also
can't
don't
mess up the
know.
dynamic, man.
I agree, but I think that it's going to be. I think that they sort of have an issue on their hands as far as what to do with Romo, as far as if Dak Prescott does start to struggle, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, Romo, sorry that we didn't put you in there before, but now's your chance. Go ahead and get in there.
I don't think
Seems pretty logical though.
I don't think that they're going to panic if Dak Prescott has a bad game. Now,
Nor should
okay,
they.
no, they're 7-1 now.
Right.
If they wake up going into week 14 and they're 7-6,
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe a 5-game skid or something like that. You start to pump the brakes on Dak Prescott. But right now, all I see it as is Tony Romo. Dallas Cowboys have the best backup quarterback in the league.
Right.
If Dak Prescott goes down, you've got Tony Romo.
Now you've heard quotes coming out of Cowboys camp though saying that he's not done yet. So I mean,
No,
you're gonna have
hey.
to make a decision for the
No,
future.
in the
Right,
offseason.
and that's what I mean, too.
They're not going to trade him in the middle of this season.
No,
sure.
Maybe if you do something in the offseason, but I say going forward right now, Tony Romo's your backup quarterback. And again, Dak Prescott gets hurt. Obviously, Tony Romo comes in.
Right.
But other than a 3 or 4 or 5 game skid, or Dak Prescott just has a 3-game skid where he just throws 9 interceptions or something
Right.
crazy like that. But
like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
like right now, 7-1 is no fluke, and it's looking like they could cruise to 13-3. And
I mean,
at that point, you're not taking Dak Prescott out.
Sure,
No.
Sure. And in getting, I guess it's a double-edged sword because in getting Romo back, though, I mean, you kind of get one of the best receivers in football in Des Bryant because he's always shown more production with Romo in the lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why can't Dak? I mean, Dak Prescott's going to start finding him.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's not like Dak Prescott hates Des Bryant right now, and he's not throwing the ball.
But
to
it's
him.
more. I think that you see it more with when Dakota's throwing to Des Bryant. The fact that you have to practice with your players, you have to get their timing, and between receiver, the relationship between receiver and quarterback, it's all about timing. I mean, we've seen it with the best.
Well, and the thing too is, and that's why you get Jason Witten and Cole Beasley being some of Dak Prescott's favorite receivers, is because even though he's going through the progressions, they are a lot smaller routes than usually Des Bryant runs.
Right.
So, I mean, and he still does take shots at Des Bryant. It's just not as often as, say, a Tony Romo.
Staying in the NFC East, the Giants beat the Eagles. So they are in sole second of the division,
With Giants.
but still 2 games behind the Cowboys. That division looks like it's the Cowboys to win. And so the Giants and the Eagles will be looking for an NFC wild card spot. That game, I don't know.
Man.
Yeah. Odell had 2 touchdowns on 46 yards.
I mean, Eli just shredded the Eagles defense.
Yeah.
Basically.
Minnesota lost again after everyone had them as the number 1 team in football at 5-0.
That was an awesome ending to a game.
They've now lost 3 in a row.
Oh yeah, Golden Tate.
And the Golden Tate play just
After
he went beast mode on Harrison Smith. When he caught that ball, he juked that guy, and then Harrison Smith tried to tackle him. He just manned him off of him.
and
Oh,
he
Minnesota.
did a front flip into the end zone with his butt on somebody's back.
And this is
That
wild.
was more than what you needed to do, right?
Right.
The Lions are 5-4. The Lions are above 500.
Okay.
They've been down at some point in the fourth quarter of every game, and they're 5-4.
I mean, big play by
Dude, Matt Stafford. I think Matt
Stafford's
Stafford's
a stud, I mean.
starting to come out of his shell finally after 7 years.
I mean, I don't know about out of his shell.
He's always thrown for a lot of yards.
He's
He's always
a man. He's a stats guy, I guess. Right.
Right. He's a tremendous fantasy football player. He's just not won a lot with the Lions.
So
The Vikings,
Minnesota, are they still because
the whole controversy with Norv Turner.
well
I mean, losing their offensive coordinator.
well yeah, and they when they were 5-0 without AP, I mean, looking back, I don't even know how they were doing it. Well, I know how they were doing it. They were only giving up 12 points a game.
Right.
So they only had to score 18, 19 points a game.
Right.
But now
Hence their score last Sunday.
you watch the, all the running game is Matt Asiata running into the back of his offensive lineman.
Right.
He doesn't get anything. So Minnesota, I don't
Frustrating
think
for
they're
fantasy owners.
So they're now 5-3. The Lions are 5-4, and the Packers, I believe, are like 4-5. Or
Old Pack go.
yeah, the Packers are having a rough go at it right now.
They've been since
They
last
lost
season, man.
31-26. But that was a game where Indy got out to a 24-10 halftime lead. At one point, it was 31-13. And a couple late touchdowns by Aaron Rodgers wasn't enough.
Right.
But
Yeah, but for him to lead the team in rushing for the second week in a row,
that's
right?
not good.
That's
No.
not good.
No.
And
There's
didn't
obviously
James
something-
Starks was supposed to come back?
He's practicing and
But
he
he's
might
no
be
good.
active. He's actually a big waiver wire pickup this week.
See, this game is weird because it's like I don't want to say Indy's good after this win because they haven't looked great.
No.
But I also don't want to say Green Bay's bad because I never want to count out Aaron Rodgers.
Never.
So
Never,
with
but
that
here's the problem.
division's weird now where you got Green Bay, Minnesota, and the Lions, with the Lions looking like the best team in it right now when you thought it was Minnesota and
Green Bay.
Green Bay going to battle for it.
But here's the deal with Green Bay. I mean, it's obviously they've been going through the same struggle all season, even backing up into last season. The fact that, dude, you got one-on-one coverage, your receivers got to get open.
And they're not getting open. Dude, I'm telling you, Jordy Nelson does not look as quick. And I remember 2 years ago before he got hurt, that guy used to run wide open all game. He ran the best routes. He was just always wide open. He's not open anymore.
He's gotten older.
Yeah, and in an ACL thing.
I've lost a step.
And also, also Randall Cobb kind of lost a step too. Is always
Well, he didn't come into the game until like mid first quarter, or
He was later than that.
later than
He was
that, right?
supposed to be scratched all the way up until
like, that's always
game time, basically.
when those guys that are 5'10", 180 pounds, when they lose a step, they're done, because if you're not getting separation, people are just eating you up.
Right, because you're tiny.
The Oakland Raiders.
All right, so, real quick, pose a question. I mean, right now, obviously, Dallas or Oakland, because those are the two young, hot teams right now. But,
Right.
I mean, if you had to pick between those two,
It's tough to say.
why do you say that?
I feel like Oakland has more weapons.
I feel like Oakland has more offensive weapon. Well, see, if we want to break this down, Oakland's, I think, have got better receivers.
Mhm.
Dallas has the better running back. It's the two best O-lines in the league. Those are the two best O-lines. They both, like,
I kind of like Tennessee, too.
I mean, they're showing out for DeMarco Murray. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. But Oakland and Dallas are like known as the two best O-lines in the league.
Sure.
And then on defense, I think Dallas's defense is better.
That's what puts them over the edge for me over Oakland. Just the fact that Oakland's defense, maybe on paper, should be better.
Yeah, Khalil Mack,
Khalil
Reggie
Mack is a
Nelson.
monster.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, it's Bruce
Bruce Irvin
Irvin.
guy we can. Yeah, Bruce
I
Irvin.
mean, yeah. So I mean, they're there, but that defense will come around. I see them as a better version of the Jacksonville Jaguars last year.
Oof.
You get what I'm saying? Because what was Jacksonville missing last year? Everybody always talked about a defense. They went out and spent a whole bunch of money on defense, got a good defense on paper, and they're horrible.
And now the offense.
I predicted them to be 12-win team and take outright their division.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yep.
But Oakland looks like a better version of that. I think they have more points, and that kid Derek Carr is going to get paid, man.
Oh, he's good.
He is good. He's going to get paid. He's cool under pressure, and you kind of feel I hate using this term, but you kind of feel the swag back in Oakland, especially Jack Del Rio. He's a risk taker out there. I mean, he's calling 4th and 1s. He's going for it. I mean, he's out there no holds barred, not giving the hot damn.
Did you see your boy Latavius Murray from UCF?
Your alma mater.
Hey!
Yeah, I mean, he blew up for what? He had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
100
again,
yards, 3 touchdowns, something along those lines. Yeah,
All right.
Go
And
UCF.
Go UCF. Go Knights.
Anything else in the league? Seattle held off Buffalo last night. That was a good game.
Right. And here I wanted to make a comment on that because, everybody's been, weighing about the primetime games. That was definitely one of the better primetime games this year so far.
I would agree.
I mean, I like football, so I'll watch Tennessee and Jacksonville, and I'll sit there throughout the whole game. And
depressed. You know what I mean? Like I'll be on Twitter while I'm watching it.
I'll watch Browns.
I'll
watch Browns Cincinnati. I'll watch Browns Bengals. You get me? Like I'll watch games like that because I'm a fan.
Right.
But this was definitely one of the better primetime games this year so far.
On 31-25 over the Bills. Obviously, the Bills are in the Dolphins division, so that helps us out. That's good.
Sure does.
But did you see what happened
on the sidelines
after the game?
No, let's talk about it.
Due to what happened on the sidelines with Richard Sherman's going, going a little bonkers and everything like that. Well, the kicker, Dan Carpenter's wife, took to Twitter to say the following.
What is up?
Quote, I know what we do on the farm when a male can't control his own rage. Hashtag lucky I'm not there. Hashtag Sherman. Hashtag act like an animal, get treated like one. And posted a picture of a bull castrating instrument.
Wow.
Insinuating that if you act like an animal, we'll cut your nuts off.
I mean,
on the farm.
You're a kicker on an NFL team. Your wife does something like that. What do you do? I think I'd be a little bit upset because kickers aren't even real football players. So
yeah,
you kind of want to come out there and just defend yourself.
No, I mean, I don't like Richard Sherman, and this is him last night just yelling at Lisa Salters. I was like, Richard Sherman, stop yelling at Lisa Salters.
It's on the field goal attempt. What happened on that play?
I went to block the kick. I'm not going to let him make a kick. So when it called offsides, I'm not going to let him have a free play. So that's not how I played. They didn't blow the whistle, so I played until the whistle was blown.
Now, they seem to think that it was intentional, that it was a dirty play. Was it?
I went straight for the ball. I didn't go for the kicker. I slid for the ball. He should have not kicked it, Maybe he wanted to, I went for the ball. That's where I went. So when the ball gets tipped on the play, the rule is if it's tipped, there's no flag.
Now, since then, the league has.
So,
look,
Lisa Salters is just asking him, like, what happened on that play? And he's like, I went for the ball. I went for the ball. I was like, dude, calm down. Like, it all worked out in your favor. Like, I don't know, but I don't think
you're over-exaggerating.
I don't think. No, I mean,
look,
when you see the thing that was just audio.
Sure.
Watching the video of that interview,
I saw it.
He was like leaning in at Lisa Salters, and I don't like Richard Sherman. I think he's full of himself. I think he thinks everyone like thinks he's just some kid from Compton, and he's like, I'm not just some kid from Compton. I went to Stanford, and it's like, no, dude, like we don't think you're just this, dreaded kid from Compton. Like, get over yourself. But
there's a lot of
I like Richard Sherman.
I like him too.
I don't like him.
I think he plays ball, man.
But about that play, that play was not malicious, but he had to have known he was clearly offsides. And if you're blatantly offsides, stop playing.
Yeah, but it's not to discredit his actions on the field or what he said off the field or anybody objecting to it, but I also think that there's a reason why they usually give these players like time to go cool off in the locker room for 15 minutes before they come and talk to him, because you're hyped up, you just won a game, and then like
brother.
somebody, yeah, exactly, like your testosterone is through the roof.
You just got off of a football field.
They throw a microphone in your face and go, hey, buddy, why don't you discuss that?
That's what I'm going to do.
What I mean?
All right. We got some more random stuff and other stuff right after this break. This would be a song from my boy Young L's and also Richard Sherman. Stop yelling at Lisa Salters.
Yeah. Young, APE music, baby. Holla at me, holla at me. When you see me, almost perfect and shit. Almost perfect and shit. Next to it. Look, okay. A mic ain't shit when a booth next to it. Now a booth ain't shit when a stool next to it. In the race, I got my running shoes next to it. Better cross the finish line before these haters start moving. Word of Benny Bands, that's myself, let's do it. APE, FNF music, ayy, mixtape number 2, ayy, give it, let's do it. Don't say my name unless I'm sitting next to it, ayy. Cool breeze, last day of summer shit. Coals on the tea, switch it sweet to my upper lip. Puff a bit, pass it to my bro like bop it. And roll another up cause I don't feel like stopping. I used to change apartments with my mom around the city. And now the boys regarded as the bomb around the city. People hear my name and know the song around my city. But I never wanted favors to put on around my city. From downtown to Daniel Pier, everybody recognize me cause my name spelled weird. I spent a lot of time at Rusty's, but it's stainless steel. And Shenandoah is still a must, but it's a dangerous feel. Let's go. Hip hop chatter, cafeteria blabber. After hearing a Matters, wanted to be a rapper. So I opened up my cape and flew. A Superboy and then a great man too. And then a great man too. I came up from nothing and now I'm stunting, right? How'd I do it? I must have been doing something right. I went from hanging on the porch down First Street to spitting bangers, dog. I torched that first beat. Back when our garages were mirages of a studio. All I really wanted was Versace and a groupie, yo. A couple foreign whips, I'm down to act a fool now. A copper chain and watch, my neck and wrist will cool down. Hard to be humble when all of the words you mumble turn strangers into some friends, acquaintances, and the lovers. I don't know you, I don't owe you about a motherfucking thing. Did this whole shit on my own, so I'm the only one to thank. Yeah, it's gonna be a real short Grammy speech. Hand the award to the motherfucking man in me. I'm still the dopest motherfucker on the family tree. To my uncle, auntie, and my grandma, baby, rest in peace.
Welcome back to the couch, ladies and gentlemen.
Hang on real quick. That was Young L's. I tweeted out on our couch Twitter page
At the couch _
the
Miami.
link for his SoundCloud. My boy Jensen. That was tight.
And you can find that link on Twitter at the couch _ Miami. You can also follow at It's Coleman, at Two Dogs Poop, at W _ Dubai. You could find all of those handles. If you just get to any one of those handles, I'm sure that you can find it. You could also find the YouTube link, which will have this episode to be played whenever it is that you want to.
Girl.
You can listen to us live at 247miami.tv every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And coming up next, we have one of my favorite segments, a little segment I like to call W Dubai Knows It All.
W Dubai knows it all.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Hoo-ha! Do you know who I am? I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
That was stupid.
Was it?
All right, so a couple fun facts for you guys today. And this one's kind of like a more of a personal one. I don't know if you guys ever been to New York City, but in Carnegie Deli, right, which was famous deli out in New York, been around since 1937. You'd say a staple in a city that never sleeps, if I may, right? New York City. They're closing December 31st.
Huh.
So no more pastrami sandwiches from Carnegie Deli, which is kind of sad.
Wait, where is Carnegie Deli?
It's in New York City.
And it's super famous?
Yeah, super famous.
So why is it going out of business?
I don't know if it's going out of business. They're closing.
Oh.
They're closing it to open up a Guy Fieri's American Bistro.
All right. Anyways, killer whales are able to learn to speak dolphin. When killer whales are socialized with bottlenose dolphins at a water facility, they change the types of sounds they made to resemble those of their social partners.
I believe it. I played Echo the Dolphin on Sega Genesis.
One time, this might have been like 5th grade, right? You know how like you guys go to the aquarium and like they always pick a kid to, go out and like play with the dolphin. You guys ever been to Miami Aquarium?
Right.
All right. Well, I was that kid one time. And they go, they have you touch the dolphins, they make them do like little tricks, and it's like in front of a whole bunch of people, so you're kind of freaking out. And then they ask you what it feels like. I said it felt like a rubber hot dog, even though
a rubber hot dog.
Right. And so then
that's what a dolphin feels like?
That's what it felt like to me.
Right, okay.
And so then, hey, why don't you
solid description.
Jump in the water? And so I made my attempt to jump in, and obviously they catch you, they don't let you jump in the water, but fun story.
Ah, tight. Hey, is earth-shattering news a Brangelina update?
That it is.
Okay, yeah, I want that.
Earth-shattering news. Updating an earlier earth-shattering news story, according to TMZ, the story that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie settled was BS. The custody war is still on, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I read that. Okay.
Multiple sources familiar with the situation are scoffing at the report that the couple struck a settlement giving Angelina primary custody. According to the Associated Press, The settlement was reached last week, but Brad just filed for joint custody on Friday, so that is just BS.
Oh, come on.
Come on,
I saw on the tabloid cover that one of his kids, Maddox, said, "Brad, you're not my real dad," which I think Brad knows that because they adopted him.
Duh.
How many of their kids are actually theirs and how many are adopted? Does anyone know?
But no.
Okay. No.
So we have some other stuff. You could call it other news. All right, we're just playing too much imaging right now.
Just rapid fire imaging.
Rapid fire imaging. All right, so the USADA has suspended John Bones Jones for 1 year, retroactive to July 6th when he was pulled from UFC 200, and we've gotten down to the bottom of what he tested positive for. Coleman.
Oh my goodness, I know what it is.
It's Cialis, right?
That is incorrect.
Oh, it is a sexual enhancer, though.
Yes, it is something called. What is it called? Do you know what the name?
I don't know
of it
what
is?
it's called. I just know he was taking pills to,
Tadalafil or Tadalafil. But basically, what happened was his buddy gave him a Cialis. He checked. He thought it was a Cialis. Air quotes, everybody. Cialis.
Radio quotes.
Yeah. He checked with his manager to see if it was on the banned substance list. Cialis was not on the banned substance list, so he took what he thought was the Cialis to do whatever it is that he was going to do.
Well, I could tell you. I can think of one thing.
Okay. Yeah. Over the weekend, the Kentucky Wildcats beat Asbury College 156-263. That is a 93-point differential.
Say again?
That is a 93.
No, what was the score?
156-63.
Get out of
At
town.
one point, they were up by 100. They were up over 100.
Get out of town.
What was the name of that other school again?
Asbury. Also on the PGA Tour, this is kind of cool. 47-year-old Rod Pampling won his first PGA Tour event in 10 years, winning the Shriner Hospitals for Children Open. So that's cool. I always like when these PGA guys that haven't won in decades get another win. It's also cool because as far as like earnings go, like that guy's career is saved because now he's guaranteed another 2 years on tour.
Right.
And so as far as earnings go, like getting one single win on the PGA Tour changes your life. It really changes your life.
Is that what you're going for?
Steph Curry snapped his 157-game streak with a three-pointer, which was an NBA record. He then went out on the very next game and set the record for most threes in a game. So,
which was held by Mario Chalmers, wasn't it?
No.
Or no, it was tied by Mario Chalmers.
No it was like Steph with 12, Kobe with 12, some guy.
Dude, Mario Chalmers has it like in the playoffs or something.
No,
Mario Chalmers has never hit 12 threes in his life.
No. And then
you're reading too much Twitter.
No.
Finally, my last little random note is Lamar Jackson is absolutely running away with the Heisman, in my opinion. His total yard count. Now listen close here to these numbers, people. His total yard count through 9 games is 3,934. That is, I did the math for you, 437 yards, total yards per game. Okay. He's had 120 plus rush yards, over 120 rushing yards in all but 3 games.
Wow.
Now, let me tell you, in those 3 games, he still rushed for a modest 62, 76, and 88. And on the year, through 9 games, he has 45 touchdowns. That's 5 a game. I'm not sure what Tim Tebow's record is. I know it's in the 50s, but this guy's at 45 through 9 games. He still has 4 more games to play. At 5 a game, he gets another 20. He's going to shatter Tim Tebow's record. Like Lamar Jackson, what this guy is doing on the football field is unbelievable.
And it's not just your opinion that he's the Heisman favorite. According to some sports books in Vegas, he is the 1-30 favorite. So if you want to win some money there, Manny, go ahead and place $3,000 down on him to win the Heisman, and you'll win a cool $100.
A cool $100, right? Yeah, it's pretty outrageous. And maybe is that the one team that we want to see in the Final Four? Like that's not in there right now?
I would love, yes, because I want to watch Lamar Jackson. I want them in the playoff because I want to watch Lamar Jackson.
Which proposes a problem again into this whole playoff thing, only being 4 teams, and we can go on for days about that. But
right. And I think one of the teams that they might ultimately face would be Clemson, which is one of the teams that beat them, right? Have they lost once or twice?
No, they've only lost once.
Okay, so that's the one team that beat them, and it was sort of it was sort of a controversial game. I think that it could have gone for Louisville, depending on how it was close.
Deshaun Jackson actually 3 games early went ahead and declared for the NFL already. Mike Williams too.
Is Louisville and Clemson they are in the same division of the ACC, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so if Clemson wins out, they'll play in the ACC championship. That also means if Louisville wins out, they're not going to have to see Clemson again. So if they both win out and Louisville has 1 loss and Clemson's undefeated, I could see them both getting in. My top 4.
But Louisville wouldn't be able to play in the ACC championship.
Right, but if Louisville just, in the most dominant fashion, wins the rest of their games, and even though they don't play in the ACC championship, if they could still be considered, I would like that. I think the 4 best teams in the country are Bama, Michigan, Clemson, and Louisville.
Right. It's just going to be hard,
right,
logistically speaking, to fit both of them in there within the 4.
The SEC's done it.
Right. Yeah. No, I know, and it is possible. It's just difficult.
If I have some funny sound of Rob Gronkowski trying to trying to speak German. If you want to hear that,
you were speaking German.
Morgen. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Kennt ihr Rob Gronkowski? Ist ziemlich gut. Okay.
Whoa.
Kennt ihr Rob Gronkowski?
Rob Gronkowski.
Ist gut.
Ziemlich gut.
Ja. Kennt ihr Rob Gronkowski? Ist ziemlich gut.
Kennt ihr Rob Gronkowski? In English, gooch.
Was that a grr in there?
Yeah.
That gooch.
That one was tough.
Kennt ihr Rob Gronkowski? Ist ziemlich gut.
Kennt ihr Rob Gronkowski? Ist English gut.
All right. So actually, before we get out of here, quick update. Trump leads 24-3 right now in electoral votes. Ooh. And Mario Chalmers tied for 3-pointers in a playoff series with 10 for the Miami Heat.
In a whole series or in one game?
No, in one game.
Okay.
I said 12.
You've been listening to The Couch on 247miami.tv and on our own YouTube channel, which is The Couch. You can try and find that. It's very vague. Every Tuesday night at 7 p.m.